Miami Dolphins guard and former Husker Richie Incognito is currently suspended and under NFL investigation for allegedly threatening violence and using racial slurs towards teammate Jonathan Martin.
And my actions were coming from a place of love. No matter how bad and how vulgar it sounds.
After this news broke out, the new issue at hand became bullying in the locker room.
You've become the face of bullying in America. Somebody thinks of a bully, they think of Richie Incognito.
Dr. Susan Swear, an educational psychologist investigating bullying here at Nebraska, says that bullying in the locker room happens on every level.
We know this has happened, since the dawn of time, and that this is the culture in many sports teams. And what Pete Carroll said is that we know now that's not okay.
Nebraska wide receiver Richard Wynn agrees that players who bully early on never change.
If you're the aggressor in the locker room or you're a bully in the locker room, that's usually how you end up being when you get to college or like the professional level.
Wynn says that as a freshman, you should expect to be hazed.
When I came in as a freshman, a lot of upperclassmen give me a hard time about some things and stuff like that.
ESPN's Herm Edwards says that the football locker room environment starts with the coach, which according to Richard Wynn is true. He says that Bo Pelini keeps a positive attitude in the locker room, and he makes sure that the players have good camaraderie.
Everybody's cool with each other. The atmosphere that the coach sets up for us in there, everybody respects everybody.
High school is the most popular place for bullying, which is why Creighton Prep football coach Chris Nizzi runs a tight ship.
So the culture, the environment we want there is that it's comfortable, they treat each other right, they take care of their stuff, they're good stewards for the facilities that we have here. And we have to teach to that all the time.
Although coaches can run a strict locker room, former prep wrestler Luke Fisher says that bullying still happens.
There was one kid or a couple kids that definitely got, not beat up or anything, but definitely hazed.
And usually, he says, it happens under the radar.
But in the locker room, I'd say after practice, after the coaches weren't there, things would go a little more over the top.
Dr. Swear says that it should be up to the veteran players and coaches to make sure bullying behavior doesn't exist.
When people who are in positions of power and people who are in charge allow these kind of behaviors to happen, then they will happen. Or if they turn a blind eye and they pretend it's not happening.
So how can teams put a stop to bullying? Coach Nizzi explains a system that works for Creighton Prep.
Seniors are responsible for 2 or 3 freshmen in their transition to high school, making sure they're comfortable with it, looking out for them. That was started years ago.
Bullying in schools is becoming more recognizable due to more awareness. But what about bullying behind closed doors in locker rooms? Will this taboo behavior ever change?
If the tide can turn and people can see, we can still win, we can still be viable competitors without having that, culture of negativity, then I do think it will change, but I think it's going to take some time.
For NewsNet Nebraska, I'm Madeline CLAUFF reporting.